So that makes some very bad things happen. Number one, it hits a wall, lets guillotine set in, etc., etc. The second thing we're going to have happen because we're super low is that if he does run by my legs, what it would look like is he does run by my legs, I'm able to just to re-wrestle. My knee is still here. Even if I were to get in this relatively flattened out position, if he ran by, I can quickly scissor my legs and come back to a single. So we still have life there. If we sit our head up like this, we're going to be running into a lot of weight. His chest's going to be buried down. We're going to get stuck. We want to squirt out to this where there's nothing, there's no resistance, and it lets me get my leg there, lets me re-wrestle if I need to. We do not want to, or we want to avoid closing distance, because if I close distance when I don't have control of his leg, if I don't have control and I close distance, it lets him move around me with relative ease. So now let's demonstrate all of this stuff that we just talked about, and we'll really focus on the pivot, keeping my head nice and low. So Lance sprawls. I lost the leg. I reshot my knee in. So first of all, we pivot. My head stays super low. My hand can hand fight, and then we sit back to our hip, opening this leg up. And you can see the harder Lance drives, the more apt he is to land in my closed guard. This is very, very common. To land in a closed guard. If he puts on the brakes, he's going to land in an open guard setting, and you could have clamp guard, just a knee shield guard, whatever it might be, but you will definitely be, you will not be cross-side anymore. So as long as we pivot, we'll get this. Let's look at the problems of bringing our head up. So let's make sure that if you're struggling, it's not because I'm here, he sprawls, and I do this, and now if I bring my head up, that's when we're going to run into some trouble here. Okay. I also want to make sure my knee's under the chest. I make sure my hands can hand fight. Let's look at the problem of closing the distance. You can see that if I try to chase Lance's leg, he could just cut his knee right. Yep. And now all of a sudden, oh no, he's behind me. He's guillotining me. He's on top of me. So I want you to avoid closing the distance unless you have his leg under control. Either good hamstring control, good high shin control, somewhere where his leg cannot move, then we can go get it. You must understand that point is very important, very important. I have the leg, I can move to him. If I don't have the leg, I need to pivot and move backwards. That's going to really save you in this type of scenario. Okay, now, obviously, sometimes you go over a single and your opponent, your training partner, they know what's coming, so they're going to top spin around you. This is very normal. One of the things, that's why I reiterate, when we go to the single, it's a good idea to try to get to your guard first. It makes him very honest. He has to block your leg, which keeps him sort of closer to your legs. It gives you more time to get to the single, and then you're more apt to actually grab his leg. But sometimes that's not going to happen. You're just going to go for your single, he's going to be gone. So this is what I want to make sure we do. And we're going to meet our training partner on the other side. So we'll do this from both angles so we get a clear view. So first off, we're here. I bumped up. I tried my single, and there he goes. Now, I know he's gone behind me. So here's what we need to do. I need to bring this knee up as high as I can so that eventually, as I begin sitting back, it gets under my chest. So now it's underneath my chest, and now we're going to start to pivot away like we just did momentarily. I take my leg, I pivoted away, my other leg is back here, and we end up in hopefully what will be a closed guard situation. Oftentimes you may be in a half guard setting, and you may have some scrambles to contend with, but overall, we're going to be out. You're going to go for a cross side. You're going to meet him on the other side. You have to anticipate when someone top spins that you just keep going. You keep going. What the move looks like really quickly is it looks like this. I tried. I got flattened. We then pivot back to our guard the same way that we did before. It looks less as a pivot because it is. You're already halfway there. You're not actually coming up the turtle with someone over the top of you. You're just going to come halfway and then slide back. So again, what it looks like one more time is on this angle. we're still doing all of the same mechanics. We're bumping up, we're waving in. He's getting over the top of me. I'm getting my knee under my chest. And then we're sliding back into what could be half guard, could be open guard, could be clamp guard, could be closed guard. There's a lot of different things that are going to happen based on his drive, based on your leg position. How can we open the legs and the space that you may or may not have. But you will essentially be out of cross side, have him not on my back from a topspin, and then be ready to hit some offense. We'll do it on the other side here just so we can make sure that you see it. So again, trying, he goes, I'm gonna bring this knee up to the chest line, and I'm just gonna slide back in. We're ready for our defense, whether that's offense, whether that's clamp guard, etc., etc. Make sure that we don't stop. It looks like you're just rolling over in a log, but remember that importance of that far leg. It needs to get under your chest, because that's really is what's giving you your strength there. If I get flattened out entirely, it's gonna be a long day there. I wanna make sure that you can start to build a bit of space, and to build a bit of space, that knee must come under that chest, and then you'll have some space to then pivot your knee, get your head back, and get back to the guard safely. Okay, now we're going to get into this move I call light as a feather. The reason why I named it that is because I had a very good buddy of mine, who's about 350 at the time, asked me how to get out of cross side, and this is one of my, I really believe in this move quite a bit, and I was thinking, there's no way this is going to work on him, and it did. Now, he did not feel light as a feather, but but when you do it to someone that's relatively your same size, it's remarkable how light they do feel and how we can carry them around our head. As a matter of fact, I believe that once you get really good at this, you will really not need escapes from north-south almost at all. It forces them around north-south and to the other side, and we can single them. This is all based on that elbow at the bottom hip. If you don't have that, you're going to struggle with this technique. You need to have that active elbow on the bottom hip for you to move someone over the top. Now, the first method of this is when he's walking. So Lance actually starts his walk, and it's going to help aid me over to take him around my head. When we're going, you're going to notice that I bring my hip actually underneath Lance, and that's really going to help me move him. So cross side, we have a cross side, and you're going to see that remember, this bottom elbow is everything. He moves into head and hip cross side, and he just begins the walk right there. Thanks, buddy. Now, we're ready. We've got our elbow underneath. If I don't do anything, he's going to move to north-south. So here's what we do. We don't move away from him as a feather. We actually move under him. And that's what's going to load him up onto my elbow. So I'm going to move my hip almost under my elbow, and then I'm going to carry him all the way over to the other side. Now, we're not going to end like this, but I wanted you to see how I carry him. The main thing that you must keep in mind is that the path of my arms, this is the side Lance was on, the path of my arm, once my hip gets underneath,